Welcome to Leesburg Today's Daily Update for August 9th. I'm Samantha Bartram. Leesburg Police have linked 3 violent attacks last week to a series of similar incidents that took place in Michigan between May and August 2nd, only one day before the first attack in Loudoun. Following a stabbing on East Market Street Tuesday and another on Edwards Ferry Road Thursday, a third attack happened Friday night when a 19-year-old male was hit with a hammer by a man on Catoctin Circle. Investigators believe the suspect is targeting black males. In the 3 cases last week, 2 were black men and 1 was described as a dark-skinned Hispanic male. Leesburg investigators were made aware Sunday of the 13 similar crimes that occurred near Flint, Michigan, and contacted Michigan State Police. The 2 agencies are working closely with the Loudoun County Sheriff's Office and with the FBI.
Let me back up. Based upon this third attack, as I said, it was a dark-complected Hispanic male. We became convinced early Saturday and into Sunday that we were dealing with a race-based crime, that this individual, white male, was attacking our victims simply because of the color of their skin. There was no confrontation, no verbal exchange, no road rage. These were individuals, victims, just going about their business or picked at random, to the best of our knowledge at this point. They were assaulted and the suspect fled. Sunday afternoon, our investigators were continuing their follow-up and started doing searches for similar crime patterns across the country. They determined that the geographic area around Flint, Michigan had suffered similar crime patterns, similar type attacks in the periods May through early August. Our investigators then reached out to law enforcement personnel from that area, and then specifically a task force that's being run by the Michigan State Police. We continued contact with Michigan State Police throughout the day on Sunday and into the night and the early morning hours of Monday. The Michigan case involves 13 attacks, all on African American males. Very similar to ours in that they're single persons, not on marital status, but on the way they're moving, one person walking, jogging, sitting by themselves. Of those 13 attacks, 5 have resulted in homicides. This morning, Michigan State Police released the description of the vehicle involved in their attacks. It matches the description of the vehicle in our attacks.
The victims all gave similar descriptions of their attacker, a white man anywhere from his 20s to his 40s, standing about 6 feet tall with a stocky build. In the first incident, the victim said the suspect was unshaven. According to police, the suspect is driving a 1995 to 2000 model dark green Chevy S10 Blazer. The vehicle did not have a front license plate and no inspection stickers or other window decals. There are 2 visible dents on the vehicle's hood. Anyone with information regarding any of the incidents is encouraged to contact the Leesburg Police Department at 703-771-4500. Callers wishing to remain anonymous may also call 703-443-TIPS. Be sure to check our website for more details and updates. A Leesburg family of 5 has been displaced from their Summit Ash Lane home following a house fire that authorities believe was started by a young child playing with a lighter. The blaze was reported around 8:30 a.m. and was quickly upgraded to a 2-alarm fire because of its size and the day's high temperatures. Additional crews were called to relieve fire personnel and to prevent health risks from heat stroke and dehydration. A tanker truck task force was deployed as the home is in an area south of town without fire hydrants. One firefighter was transported to Nova's Cornwall Hospital for treatment of dehydration. However, no one else was injured in the fire, and rescue personnel were able to save the family's 2 cats, which will be housed with animal control services until the family is resettled. The fire marshal's office has estimated the cost of the damage at $200,000. The Red Cross is working with the family to provide temporary accommodations. Over the weekend, 2 motorcycle deputies were injured in a crash on Route 671 near Loudoun Heights. Sunday, Deputy First Class Brian Klepach and Senior Deputy Tom Alpe were among 4 motor units returning from providing an escort to Saturday's NJVC Poker Run charity event. According to the Sheriff's Office, shortly before noon, the escort unit was traveling southbound on Route 671, riding in pairs, 2 in the front and 2 in the back. As they approached the area near the intersection with Butts Lane, an employee of Butts Tubes was on the west shoulder waving in traffic to the business's parking lot. 27-year-old Arlington resident Sarah Webb, driving in the northbound lane in a Ford Escort, made a left-hand turn into the business in front of the motorcycle group. The 2 deputies were unable to avoid a collision. Klepach made contact with the car and was thrown from his motorcycle. Alpe attempted to steer to avoid the car, but tumbled over in the roadway, and he was also thrown from his motorcycle. Both Klepach and Alpe were airlifted to Inova Fairfax Hospital, where they remain in stable condition. Webb and 2 of her passengers were treated at the scene. The crash remains under investigation. Finally, Pieces of 8 Lab Theater is preparing to host auditions for its upcoming production of Blithe Spirit. The Noel Coward comedy focuses on an unusual love triangle that is created when a journalist enlists the help of a medium to research the afterlife. Unfortunately, he ends up contacting his deceased first wife, Elvira, who proceeds to spend much of the remainder of the play meddling in her ex-husband's current marriage. Actors should come prepared to participate in cold readings from the script and in theater exercises. Auditions will be held at a yet-to-be-determined location September 8th and 9th. For further information or to schedule an audition, send an email to the address you see below. For more on these and other stories around our community, visit us online at leesburgtoday.com.